Good morning and welcome to the new edition, Better Thyself segment of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. It is often said that humor is the best medicine. Is it really so? As a matter of fact, I feel it's not laughter but humor that's the best medicine. And the proverb saying that laughter is the best medicine seems to be a bit outmoded. Laughter is not humor. Humor is more subtle, more telling, more incisive, and more effective. Of course, laughter is an expression of humor. When a humor is there, a smile will spread on your face and you might break into a guffaw. But you can also laugh at things which may not be humor. The child's humor and laughter is synonymous because child is basically guileless. And it is said that child laughs about 300 times a day. And what does an adult do? According to a research done at Young University, an adult laughs 17 times a day, but I doubt that. An adult under stress sweeps even these 17 laughs a day under a carpet and remains forever in search of unreachable, unattainable happiness. Where did we lose our belly laugh that lets us roaring with mirth, tears of joy streaming down our cheeks? How long have you been since you laughed? Laughed so hard that your cheeks hurt. Laughed so hard that you were heaving for breath. Most of us have been hiding under half-hearted smiles and fake photo-ready grins instead. All those selfies of the smiling people are basically masks to hide the pain and the agony that they're feeling. As a matter of fact, when people make a confusing transition from adolescence into adulthood, cemented by a metamorphosis from careful college life to their real life, every statement and smile has a meaning. And we become experts at constructing a perfect, confident smile, a perfect, sophisticated tinkle of laughter at perfect timing, devoid of all meaning, devoid of all emotion, all the pretension is there. After all, who would take a person seriously? That's what we believe. If you smile too easily, laugh till you spit water out, and unfortunately just swallowed or went red, with your face chuckling. People learn to smile, but smile stifling themselves. And things initially that seem funny no more. And that's a tragedy. The funny things, the things that cause humor and make you smile, have been lost in this strenuous journey of life. And life switched from romantic comedy to critically acclaimed distraught drama of hard won success. Human beings do miss old self terribly. Those selves who did not have to think before laughing loudly, who would find mirth even in the complicated situations, who would give challenge a wink and fly into arm with a joke or two fitty friends. How many times do you joke in a day? Hardly ever. So you have got to disinherit the gift that life has given you. And that disinheritance would mean that you accept that gift that nature and the birth gave to you, whereas a child laughs 300 times, finding humor everywhere. As I said, a child finds humor even in the tinkle of a bell, in the movement of leaves, curtains when the breeze is there. So all that has got to be seen, and then you would see life in its real meaning. If you want to be a better human being, you have got to steal your laughter. Let no episode of the life alienate you from humor. Let's face it, life is funny if you look at it that way. Each day gives us numerous opportunities to deflow or rather de-bloat your bellies. Because this is bloated with self-pity and frustration. And this balloon of frustration needs to be pricked with humor. The squirrel who startled the sage pigeon on the windows, the child doing a Maasai dance as he brushes his teeth, the child feeding her homework to the dog while hoping no one is looking, your colleague's face as he has no idea how to respond to a lame joke that you made. These small things can be a cause of humor. Unalloyed humor, motiveless humor, non malignant humor. That's the most thing. It should not be malignant. Humor is an important ally, a very important friend in pushing past rigidity of thinking. It is this rightness which leads to depressed state. Out of that, creates block and help you regain the vitality both of the body and the mind. Humor is soul's weapon for self-preservation. How many times can you find humor even in the most desperate situation? But if you can do it, it will foster your sense of self-preservation and acceptance of your weakness by leveraging out the fact that you are essentially human. And as human, you can have weaknesses, you can have foibles. This need not happen at the expense of others because the moment it happens at the expense of others, it becomes malignant. Are you aware that humor makes you more attracted to the others? People don't want a sullen face. People don't want to a sad face. They have sufficient sadness of their own. Why should you add to that sadness? Even if you are pain, show a smiling face at least. It is a business asset. It unites people because humor is a generates laughter, which is a universal language. It can help you heal disagreements and tiffs. It dethrones the emperor in your brain, and that emperor is selfishness. Above all, humor can reduce the stress. It causes cholesterol level to be high, lowers your blood pressure, it increases the immunity and endorphins that make you happy. It can significantly aid your mental health. It can repair damaged neurons and open up fresh perspectives and problems. No more will you feel trapped if you are capable of seeing humor in every situation. Your energy would open up. Now, you would naturally ask that I've been talking so much of humor, but how to induce more humor in your life? That's the crux of the question. So much trials, tribulations, problems are there that we have lost track of the humor. So we have got to bring that humor back into life. And there's certain ways to do it. The first is Smile more, even if you don't can't smile, even if you're pain, even if you have misery staring you. Smile and laughter live in the same neighborhood. Find joy in the simple things of life. And once you start finding joy in the simple things of life, heartfelt laughter would follow. Second, comedy festival. Treat yourself to a comedy binge. Let me tell you honestly, after working days together, I always like to see a comedy show. And I love the humor in excellent comedy shows, for example, Hasbe Hall. Line up funny folks, line up funny stories. Spend some time with them each day. You can even attend if you can afford, have the time, a few stand-up comedy shows or comic plays. But whatever you do, amuse yourself. And today, with the growth of internet, YouTube is full of comedy. And even 5 minutes of comedy would give you so much endorphin and serotonin that you would be relieved of all stress. Third thing, tell stories. Storytelling is an art. You remember when you were a child and your grandmom or your mom would tell you the story how star-eyed you used to be. The children who have heard fairy tales, as I wrote one in my article, that the children who have been treated to fairy tales by their grandmoms or their moms grow up to be better human beings, having empathy as well as having creativity. So you can tell stories, and the best thing is recall embarrassing moments. Cut down your self consciousness, and after cutting it out, throw in some dramatization, relate your stories to people. I have a niece in law. She's a bank official, and you would expect bank officials to be staid and serious. Wow, but you sit with her and she comes up with excellent stories of her childhood and youth. And even if you are in the blues, a smile will spread on your face. So your embarrassing stories are your achievements of the past. But the way who you tell it, that's much more important. So that's why I said throw in some dramatization. And as you see, you will see the humorous aspects of life, which are in fact going to heal you. Then turn life and its head. I mean, it's facing an abyss. Turn your life toward the peak. Laugh at little annoyances. Many times, we're annoyed and we get angry, full of tension. Have we tried to laugh away our annoyance? For example, you're walking and you step into a dog poop. You get angry. Why? Think how many other people can have it. When I go for a walk, my wife skirts water and I walk into water, muddy water, getting splashed with mud, taking an inward pool trip. These small accidents are the spice of life. They provide you with an outlet out of your stress. And even if you get angry, it's diverting you from the common life. So instead of responding with stress, visualize the scene unfolding to another person. Don't think that you have stepped into the dog poop. Do not think that you have been splashed with mud. Think that somebody else has been done it. And this would always bring a smile to your face. Until and unless it's tragic, the problem of others are always comic to you. Let's not deny that. So that can give you a bellyful of endorphins. And those endorphins are stress busters. Then sort out your feel good photographs. Pick up your albums. Nowadays, people don't use albums, the digital ones are there. So pick up. Sorting is much easier. So those feel good photographs, give them captions, one line captions. And next time you pull them out, you are going to be smiling to yourself. You will automatically feel bitter. And dinner, get your families and friends if they are there to tell the stories, funny stories that happened to them that day. Unfortunately, that is not possible in many cases. The families are nuclear. Friends don't visit that often, especially in the coronavirus time. So that may not be possible, but whenever you may, talk of the funny things. And then, when somebody offends you, respond with humor. Life is too short to turn every affront into a butter. How about pulling a silly face and get away with it? Break the ice. I know I can't do it myself, but I've seen people who do it, and I feel they are better people. So do not take every offense as something to crib about. Come out, use wit and spontaneity, and that would loosen you up. Break norms. Our problem is we are full of things. Should not do it, ought not to happen. Why? Break the norms. Norms are shackles and chains that bind you. And once you break those chains and shackles, you'll be free, liberated, and humor will automatically come to you. Mixing style and sincerity. And again, style without being malignant will make you much better human being. Do not forget, life can often be a comedy of errors, sprinkled with masterful wins and evolving bouts of enlightenment. Humor is the glue that binds together our absurd lives. It's a key ingredient of self actualization and personal fulfillment. As I remember, somebody said it's time to take humor seriously and seriousness humorously. So, humor is a panacea. Take it up. It might lead you to a better life and being a better self. What more do you want? So, once you have that, you would find life for the better. And that's what we want. Better thyself by opening yourself to humor. Thank you.